Hello, my name is Jonathan Sanchez,
Hello, my name is Lisa Oliva.
and today we're going to be talking about the evolution of.
The Zika virus. The Zika virus is a mosquito-borne virus which originated in Africa. The species responsible for this epidemic is the Aedes aegypti fly. The discovery of the Zika virus first came to be when scientists placed a monkey, or rhesus macaque, in a cage within the Zika forest in 1947 while researching the yellow fever, another mosquito-borne virus. They later evaluated the monkey who had developed the fever and isolated it from its serum, a transmittable agent that was described as the Zika virus as of 1952. Sites of human infection then began to be seen in various regions of Africa such as Egypt, Gabon, Tanzania, Central African Republic, Sierra Leone, and Nigeria. The virus remained very rare throughout the 1950s and 1960s, but that could be due to the fact that symptoms were mild, non-existent, or mistaken for those of other viruses. An outbreak occurred in 1973 when a significant amount of people reported being infected with the Zika virus in Nigeria. During the late 20th century, evidence of human infection within Asian countries began to be seen. The Zika virus proved to spread rapidly through a population on April 2007 when it was first identified outside the African and Asian continents in the Yap Islands, where more than 70% of residents were infected by the Zika virus. Theories have risen in which have people believe that mosquitoes had brought the disease to the Yap Islands, but a philosopher scientist named Vasilakis says local mosquitoes could have bitten a previously infected human who had visited the Yapa Islands, who then began to spread the virus. As of 2015, the Zika virus has arrived to various regions of the Americas as well.
There are a variety of ways for the Zika virus to be transmitted, such as a parental and sexual means. Um, Parental means include hereditary traits as the Zika virus is passed down from generation to generation. Some children who inherit the Zika virus are born with birth defects, such as microcephaly, a condition in which a baby's head is significantly smaller than expected. The Zika virus can also be passed through sex from an infected person to their sex partners, even if the infected person shows no symptoms.
The Zika virus came to be due to the role natural selection played with the Aedes aegypti fly. Their food source consisted of different animals, but humans then began to inhabit their environment and began to take up their food source. Mass extinction then began to occur as a great amount of Aedes aegypti flies began to die away. Those who did not die away learned to adapt to their new environment, in which there was a large population of humans who soon became their primary food source. This formed this formed the initiation of the Zika virus as the transmission then began to occur.
So the Zika virus has not fallen behind in the course of evolution, but rather stayed caught up to date and evolved in order to survive. The NS1 protein has evolved over the years in favor of the virus, making it easier to be transmitted. The Zika virus has a single positive sense RNA genome, which in other words is a sense as a single polyprotein, which is a cleaved trans, translationally into three structural proteins and seven non-structural proteins, of which is NS1. The glycosylate NS1 is associated with lipids, which form a homodimer inside the cell and is necessary for replication. NS1 is also hidden in the extracellular space as hexameric lipoprotein involved involved in immune evasion and pathogenesis by interacting with components from both the innate and adaptive immune system, as well as other host factors. This same features these same features don't apply in other countries such as Asia. According to the phylogenetic tree, the Zika virus in Asia hasn't shown any change in its protein NS1.
Organisms share conserved features among other organisms today. Studies on NS1 protein conserved features and its structures show similarities to the dengue fever and West Nile fever. All three viruses are actually linked through the fact that they're all mosquito-borne viruses. Coincidentally, the three viruses belong to the flavivirus family. These conserved features and their structures suggest that the virus may have derived from the same organism.
So, although there's no cure for Zika yet, there are a lot of promising treatments being developed as of now. For example, researchers at the National Center for Advanced Translational Sciences have recently identified compounds that potentially can be used to inhibit Zika virus replication and reduce its ability to kill brain cells. These researchers identified two classes of compounds that are effective against Zika virus. The first one is an antiviral, and the other prevents Zika-related brain cells death. However, the compounds include emricazan, which can be a little troublesome to the liver. Before any use of these compounds, they have to be evaluated in a clinical trial to reduce liver injury and fibrosis.
The World Health Organization has declared the Zika virus a public health emergency. In South America, approximately 4,000 devastating birth defects, mainly microcephaly, which cases babies be born with abnormally small heads. Symptoms vary and include intellectual disability and speech delay in severe cases. There may be seizures and abnormal muscle functionality.
If this doesn't become aware and scientists don't find treatments, it may lead to an even larger epidemic.